Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. What we saw down on the field before, good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
How about 54 touchdown passes in 2 full seasons at the University of Wyoming? Coming out of a junior college, I think he exceeded expectations. And he can move it around a little bit, too. A much better athlete than people give him credit for.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here we go now.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Hits his target, it's Taylor Gabriel. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. Nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And now a throw on 1st.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And as a first-rounder,
in the first round, they expect you to play right away. In the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting.
But why was he so close to the sideline there? They had all kinds of room in the flat.
A little bit of a lack of coordination.
So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie. Mitchell.
Game experience, just 13 starts in college. But he works so hard at making up for that lost time. He loves the game, crazy about the film room, and guys just naturally gravitate towards him. I think he's got a chance to be an excellent.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
On second down, McCaffrey. A spin. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there, 69 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past to get back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points.
First down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half. And some of these shorter gains, trying to take a big shot, probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive. Think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for John Ross that time. 3rd down here.
I know coaches tell us all the time. He puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Now it's Carson, and he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Come on, gotta go.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Durham Smythe, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take...
Which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball.
That's what they're looking for here.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes.
Elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 30.
He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Again to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good...
Why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural
try. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now Trubisky to throw on second. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. 23 yards on the play.
Hurry!
This is Carson. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. To the air, Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
10 carry now for Allen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And an alley to run. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
This is McCaffrey on the give, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL weekend. They get it to him running left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky flushed out right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down then the extra point. That's
here
it.
we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing on first down is Allen. And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Green 39!
From the gun, it's Allen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Derek Wolfe in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Allen gonna throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, and relax and enjoy the second quarter lead right now. Here's Trubisky. Being chased out left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So here on opening weekend, as we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Play action. Now Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Trubisky going up top for Kupp. That's caught inside the 20. They give him a gain of 38. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Here's Carson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Barkevious Mingo with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there. And
you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Allen now lifts to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll try and run for it without it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Trubisky will throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Randy Gregory in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to the growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they can't bring him down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Throwing now is a receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go.
To throw, it's Allen. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. T.J. Watt coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DJ Moore from 8 yards out, and the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. This will be fielded at the 6. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now it's Trubisky. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there at 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the...
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Myles Jack can just flat out cover. It doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
Now Trubisky, quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Back now in Seattle, Washington.
Let's go, we're on the block, Rich.
They run it with Carson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run again with Carson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky, finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Tucker with the extra point. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Decent start to the drive, but lets things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This quarterback now A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Blue line it.
Now Allen again. And out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And with this toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
The give is to Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Allen. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Running with Elliott. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Oh, he's not going to get it by much, but on 4th and 1, all you're worried about is moving the sticks. And here he's able to fight his way forward for a couple of yards, and that's all he needed.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's going to leave them with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
False start, offense.
A 4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap 1st down. Now, you still won't get a 1st down even if you do exactly the same thing.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He's got it up to the 15, showing off some fancy footwork there on the play. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bifema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three.
For me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Throwing left side, it's complete. A very solid gain of 27. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On the ground, McCaffrey. Oh, a 360. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Randy Gregory able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So they'd converted their first 2 4th-down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
To the air, Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now Allen. Toward the sideline for a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw is Allen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Allen to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. And that's the play, that pick by Mathieu, that will seal this football game.
The Honey Badger does it again, and I think one of the best nicknames that's ever been given. Just so inspired. He may not care, as Honey Badgers don't, but he understands how to get around the ball, and he just sealed another victory.
How do you know about the mental psyche of a honey badger?
That's always been the expression. The honey badger, he doesn't care.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When we talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a...
Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Out to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Let's feel the clock. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Seahawks, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.